following film contains graphic violence and material that may not be suitable for younger viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Watch. Terrific! It's supposed to take 3 hours.
It's gonna be terrible!
Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? It's me, Ryan.T, and welcome to Saturday Night Horror Theater, bitch! Alright, in today's episode, I'll be reviewing Jennifer's Body. Alright guys, with this review, I'm actually going to kind of keep it kind of short because this film is, oh god, is it mediocre, and it's like, not mediocre in the sense to where it's not unwatchable, it's mediocre in the sense to where, like, I'm very disappointed.
Not mad. I'm just disappointed.
This movie had some potential. This movie had some real potential. But before I get into that, let me tell you who comes out in this movie. This movie stars Megan Fox, and this movie also stars Amanda Seyfried, and this movie also stars this dude from Scott Pilgrim. So those are pretty much your 3 main characters in the movie. The movie pretty much like centers around those 3 characters, and God, guys, Megan Fox is such a boring actress. She has like 0 to no range. Her only characteristics, well, in this film, and I can kind of say in other films, are like acting kind of bitchy or just acting hot or being there just looking hot. And that's pretty much what Jennifer's Body is. It's just a whole bunch of shots of Megan Fox like looking hot. There's nothing really else going on in this movie other than, like, you know, some slow motion shots where Megan Fox is like,
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.
That's pretty much like what Megan Fox is doing through this whole movie. Or, and smiling with blood in her mouth. She's like that for some reason, like this, like that. She's like that for like, I want to say like 50% of the movie. That's the horror the movie brings. Because it certainly doesn't show any fucking gore. This movie does the weird thing to where it like underuses its R rating. This movie's rated R, but I thought it was PG-13. I had to look up like on the fucking internet, as us young kids do, and find out what this movie was rated, and this movie surprised me that it was rated fucking R. This felt like a PG-13 movie to me. All the fucking deaths happen like off camera, which is fucking stupid. If you have a movie about a sexy succubus that's eating men, like, I want to see the fucking guys getting all ripped apart and eating and shit. And this movie never shows that for some reason. All it shows is like Megan Fox's jaw like getting really big. She's like, Rah! But she still looks like really hot for some reason. Again, this movie is really banking on the fact that you find Megan Fox attractive, which isn't really hard to not find her attractive because she's fucking Megan Fox. Like, come on, just look at that. So the whole movie just is, again, centered around that, around shots of making her look hot, and shots of her just doing, you know, being Megan Fox and being hot. That's pretty much what this movie is. Enough about Megan Fox for a little bit. I want to talk about Amanda Seyfried in this movie. I feel like I'm pronouncing her last name wrong. Seyfried. I feel like she deserved to switch roles with Megan Fox. Megan Fox should have played Amanda Seyfried's role, and Amanda Seyfried should have played Megan Fox's role. For the simple fact that this movie heavily relies on the fact that, oh, Jennifer's changed so much, like she's so different now. Well, not really. Like, she went from being like hot and horny all the time and being a bitch to being hot and horny all the time and being a bitch, but being secretly possessed by a demon. So, like, I don't really see a change in that at all. It'd be more interesting to see Amanda Seyfried, whatever. Amanda's, the other actress's character, whose name is Needy. I'd rather see her play the Jennifer's role and Megan Fox play the Needy role. It would be much better like that. I don't know why the writer or director of this film didn't, like, put that in consideration. It'd be really cool to see Megan Fox play like an out of character person, or to play the movie like, you know, you think that the movie's going to be about Megan Fox. It shows her being really confident and cool, and then the needy character gets abducted and becomes, you know, like real sexy and starts eating all these guys. I feel like that would have been a more interesting movie. Instead, the movie goes with the predictable storyline, and it's like, you know, for a movie about a succubus, and I've never really seen any other succubus movies, this movie is kind of what I feel like a succubus movie would be like. Just about a hot chick going around and eating guys. And there's another thing, that this movie is kind of like a tease of a movie. Like, this movie teases it's going to be funny. Never is funny. This movie teases, like, you're going to see Megan Fox naked. Let's just throw that out there. This movie, back in the day, I remember it. I remember the commercials for this movie, and I remember, like, the marketing for this movie. This movie was heavily marketed that you were going to see Megan Fox naked, and you were going to see her be, like, all, like, sexy and shit like that. Not really. I mean, you just really see her kind of, like, posing, or kind of, like, being, like, you know, there's moments in the movie where she's, looks like she's going to reveal herself, and the camera will, like, just show, like, from here up, which I'm not trying to be a perv or anything like that. I kind of am. But, I mean, like, if you have an R rating and you have Megan Fox in her prime, like, go there. Why not go there? I mean, if anything, it'd make the movie more interesting and more shocking. You know, at that time, imagine how shocking and crazy it would have been to see Megan Fox, like, be nude in a movie back in 2008, 2009, whenever this movie came out. That's one of the movie's main problems. This movie never goes there. It kind of, like, flirts with the idea of being, like, really demonic. And it kind of, like, flirts with the idea of being funny. Another thing is, this movie, like, is written so annoying. The characters are so fucking annoying, Jesus Christ. The only character that I really thought was interesting and cool was Adam Brody's douchey singer. That's another thing. This band called Low Shoulder, which they're a fictional band, plays a big part in this movie too. They're the reason why Megan Fox turns into a succubus. They kind of, like, you know, like lure her into their van after a fire happens at a local venue that they're playing at, and for some reason Megan Fox is, like, super mesmerized by these guys, and they take her to this place, and they assume that she's a virgin, because why would you assume Megan Fox is a virgin? Like, I don't know, that's just stupid. Anyways, I feel like I'm coming off really sexist in this review. I'm not trying to. It's just I'm being realistic.
You know, I tell it like it is.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Anyways, they try and, like, sacrifice her, and they find out, holy shit, this really hot, super attractive chick isn't a virgin. And so, like, she's not a virgin, and then they later on explain that, you know, if you do that and you become a succubus or whatever. So, yeah, this band is really not heavily involved, like, you know what I mean? They don't come out a lot in the movie, but, you know, they're a center of the plot of the movie. Another thing was, I would have liked to see this band a little bit more. Like, I would have thought it would have been cool that the Jennifer character was upset that they did this to her, and that she's trying to hunt them down, and maybe her best friend Edie helps her hunt these people down. See, that's why I'm disappointed in this movie. Like, there were so many ways this movie could have gone, and it could have became kind of like, you know, Heathers, but with, like, a demonic twist. You know what I mean? It could have been a really cult movie, and it just, for some reason, didn't work out that way. I really blame this movie, again, not wanting to take that extra step. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like this movie was afraid to come off as too scary or too campy, so it didn't really go to either side of that. I don't know. That's just my theory of it. I also kind of feel like the writer of this movie, Diablo Cody, was kind of trying to make, like, a vanity project where she was kind of living out some of her weird fantasies of being, like, wanting to be a popular girl in high school, and also living out the fantasy of, like, killing all the people that were mean to her in high school. I don't know. It's just movies really, like, angsty for no reason, is I guess I could say. That's all I can really say about this movie, guys. I mean, it's very disappointing. I mean, the acting is very bad. Megan Fox is not a good actor. The only one that really holds this movie together is Amanda Seyfried, Seyfried, however you fucking say her name. She holds this movie together. She's the glue of this movie. I feel like this movie should have focused on her more and made her the main character, and then this movie would have ended up being a better movie for the result of that. The rating that I'm going to give this movie, is a 5 out of 10, guys. I mean, it kind of was entertaining at some points. Like I said, this movie had potential, so that kept me watching, hoping that that potential was going to, you know, come to fruition. It never did. So for that, 5 out of fucking 10, guys. I'm Ryan T, and don't watch Jennifer's Body.